That skipped intro stuff. Whoops. Oh well. Let's wait for the game to load now. And then we'll be in the world of Rogue Trader, listening to the awesome Grigori music. Speak of the devil. I swear this is taking a lot longer to get to chapter 2 than Pathfinder. But again, Pathfinder doesn't have you ring around the galaxy in any order you fancy. You have to remember what. Let's see. That's right, this Mundus. That is our administration. Mundus Nullus. One of ours, and we have this one, which has just appeared thanks to a quest. I mean, I really should go to my capital. Oh, the Aldari catch over there. I really should go to my capital. But I feel more inclined to go over here. Whoop. There's a disturbing incident. All Vox systems on the middle decks start broadcasting otherworldly sounds, whistling and haunting melody. The strains of the monstrous music drove people into a frenzied dance that could not be stopped. Several hours later, the Vox devices fell silent, and the crew members fell lifeless. The area was cleared, and the bodies of the deceased were disposed of with necessary precautions. Chart courses. Excellent, we can hit this and then hit. I'm going to everything on the sun, going to every other planet I can go think of. Because I like exploring in this game, it's fun. Starship remains. A trophy. We got it. Yes. If I can do that and then the music while the ship's still moving. Ooh, Valley of Sleep. Yeah, 80% chance of success though. The crew discovered a hidden valley littered with thousands of animal skeletons. Organ data suggests that some kind of sleeping gas vents here. It's likely the animals either don't realize they are headed for a deadly trap, or have come here to die on purpose. Yeah. Oh well, didn't get anything from that one. Scan. Nothing. He's a gas giant. Hulk. Taken record of a void ship facility. The exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Smuggler's cache. More stims, more medkits. Yunk. Yeah, okay, but we'll go to this. We're worth a small fortune. Yeah, so 2 plus steel. I've got 36. We couldn't identify the stuff here, so... Now this is an interesting place. What's new? Yes! This is why I need this. This is the event I'm hoping for. During the warp voyage, the Navigator's Sanctum reported there are warp reefs right on the ship's course. Fragments of the Sea of Soul give material form. The Navigator may either steer the ship past the dangerous region, or risk approaching the ragged formation to gain valuable insight. We could steer the vessel away, get nothing. Do this, and we have a warp law of 100. We got minus 10, so if we can get up to 107 or 110, something like this is a success. Upon the captain's orders, navigators, instructions, the voyage ship approached the warp reefs. Yes. And past the sharp formation without brushing against a single one. No one on board noticed anything in particular, but it became a momentous event for the navigator, who gained special understanding of warp emanations. 20 experience gained, better still, 6 insight. We just got 11 insight. We got 11 insight for that. Chart the course. It's fine by me. We got another point. We have 12 insight. Oh yeah. I can make this a safer route. Unsafe, so like, you're not gonna get into too much trouble to try to fly them, but you run the risk of something happening. Dangerous, you run the risk of, well, something really bad happening. Prisoners of Ice. A strange and frightening discovery was made on one of the sites of this frozen world. Countless human bodies suspended in clear ice of glacier. The bodies showed no sign of injury. It was as if they had dived into liquid water the moment before it turned to solid ice, freezing them in place with their eyes wide open and their hair fanning out behind them. Unknown ships. Explore to avoid station. Right, void ship. Showing the way. The priceless discovery of the crew left the crew speechless and shaken. The ancient Imperial Ark ship, Hammer of Redemption, was hidden below the surface, impervious to the Augur's sight. Had the rogue trader not found pieces of an archaeotech compass that resonated with the vessel's defense systems, it would remain lying in a bottomless chasm, lost and undeservedly forgotten forever. We got loot for it. Yay! Ooh. Oh! Wow! Oh! Oh my god. Plus 10 to all skills, the way I can reroll any failed skill test once for each test. Jesus. I'll give that to my own character, that's a plus 20. He'll get plus 20 to all skills. With the option of re-rolling them? Ho ho! Now that's what you call a good find. A good bit of kit. That is a wonderful bit of kit. The Adeptus Mechanicus acolyte studied the ancient data archives and concluded that the vessel crashed about 300 years ago after running into an asteroid stream. Hoping to rescue at least some of the colonists, the captain dispatched 4 lifeboats, whose tragic fate you already know. Although time, weather, were not kind to the Hammer of Redemption, the crew still managed to salvage plenty of valuable items. Lordy, lordy, lordy. who is getting this thing? I mean, I'm already at plus 10. I'm persuasion, no chance. No one's beating me in persuasion anytime soon. You'd have to have a minus 50 just to get me to 90%. Abelard? I mean, if we had this with this persuasion trick, we could have had it given all sorts. Navigatus? I mean, this would give her plus 10 to everything. And let her re-roll everything, and I will give her, she already has the ability to re-roll Warp's lore skill. I mean, it kind of makes sense for the main player character to have it, because I would then be able to, if I got separated from this crew, it has happened, separated from the crew, I would have the access to the ability to re-roll anything I needed. Woof. I am a monster. I mean, these aren't good, but you know, my coercion is at 119. That's really spicy. Explorator Void Station. Greetings. When the Road Trader's ship approaches the Adeptus Mechanicus Void Station, it is met with a hostile scrutiny of the station's defense lasers. An Explorator Lexan mechanic, who introduces himself as Service Unit 42, dispassionately inquires how the station can be of use to the Road Trader. Nice. Thanks to the Road Trader for his cooperation, presents him with several containers of unused reserves as a token of gratitude. Nice. Propose a trade of resources. Go on the date. Requires rare elements of natural gas or natural gas research and undisclosed nature. For its part, the station can offer the Road Trader anything in exchange at the moment. But the Adeptus Mechanicus represented on Footfall will certainly repay him for his aid. Plundering the station. Unknown ships. This is going to be interesting. Lord Captain, we have an Imperial Navy squadron preparing to engage a pirate mob. The forces of both flotillas are comparable. Do you wish to intervene? Hail and commander of the Imperial Navy forces. Greetings, Road Trader. We have tracked down a gang of murderers led by the notorious criminal Lucretia van der Ruysen. This woman is responsible for many atrocities, including the murder of her own father, the planetary governor of the Imperial world, Celicula. She conspired with the Void Rebel, helped them commit the massacre of the home world, became their leader, and now is running amok. I invite you to join me and bring her to justice. Gang boss, whoever you are. Your lordship, this is the Princess Lucretia van Ruysen. I beg you, do not remain on the sidelines. I know roughly an Admiral Sahol. He's willing to kill thousands of people just to get to me. He is not a force of justice, he is obsessed with his own personal desires. He's been stalking me for years. He got my father to agree to our wedding, and even now refuses to give up. Please protect me and a handful of freedom fighters like myself. I am a loyal citizen of the Imperial Navy. Of the Imperial Empire. We could just say we're leaving. Okay, so both are claiming the other guy's a bad guy. Lovely. However, I don't particularly see a good thing for either side. I don't see a good argument for either side of how to intervene or join in. I suppose this run through we can be the savior, joint protectors of the Empire and whatnot, and all that accompanies it. Damn you! All I want is to take charge of our own lives. If this means killing you, so be it. For justice and freedom! Or in this case, just freedom from tyranny. Or freedom from the Imperials.
Another engagement.
Look, you guys are very similar. Oh, you got a bigger ship. That rock will not move with them, they just move along. That's the ship I've got. I don't know what I am in the list. What I am? Dictator class cruiser. Oh. I expect a couple of these guys get blown up. Where? There we are. That's a little thing. Glorium Liberatium. Libertatum. I got some strong guns. A gas chest. Ooh. That guy hit hard. And the second he shots, aim for him. Everybody's moving, bum bum. Everybody's moving, bum bum, bum 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 bum. Everybody moving. Woo! Oh, it's loaded. I want to fight a squadrons. Oof. Imperial guys are fighting pretty good. Yeah, I didn't think that guy would lose. That guy is pissed. Like a dump truck.
Engage the last batteries.
That was a good shot. Swap to our flat cannons. Getting them, so could do a shallow jump. And that's the fun thing, we can do shallow jumps, which means we can dip over and just
Commence blast fire. The target's void shield has been weakened.
that guy's in trouble.
Initiate the barrage.
Ooh, got him. Dum, 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 dum. I could do it being able to. Yeah, that'll do.
Fire at will.
Excellent, we took out their spinner.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected. No survivors detected.
I only only have torpedoes. Why do I have? No, let's do some damage to these big boys. May set their engine on fire for a while. Yeah. Okay, that's going to end our turn. I'll give you. Might as well ping a good side view. That's back here. Right. We'll sit there and wait for them 5 minutes while they will take their turn. I have never done this fight. Fire. You're saving the cloud. Viper class guys are like the little guys. Ooh, main ship took a hit. They're shooting the area. Good strong hit. I just wish I wasn't taking the last turn. See, my flat cannons are very good for taking care of fighters.
A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
Good. Eesh. Good shots. Oh, they went straight for the shield. But it's not shielded. Nice.
None will lament their
Our gun
demise.
batteries await your command.
I need to turn around. I can't go here because the ship's in the way.
Engage the lance batteries. Let the enemy burn.
Nice shot. I haven't got anything else on fail, unfortunately. It's the main boarding ground action. Come here. Fire! Oh no, enemy ship. Actually, we're winning. They have like less ships available.
Enemy shield is down.
Got him.
Time to counterattack.
Good shot. And then there was one. Unless the other one's still alive.
Breach in our enemy's defenses.
Well, they're right dead ahead of me, so I am going to be able to, well, fire one shot and nail them head on because they are literally right ahead of me. Why do I have a warp jump? Is there damage people if I just... Oh, I clicked and it was probably there.
Engage the lance batteries.
can't move.
Let the enemy burn.
I can't move.
We are exposed.
Die. It's the only thing I can do. What I can do? I got equipped from people. Ah, Fury Interceptors. Ooh, I like that. My torpedoes are nice, but I like that. We got Fury Interceptors now. Sweet. Thank you for your cooperation, Road Trader. The boarding party has captured Van der Ruysen. Perhaps the poor girl has simply fallen under a bad influence, and so I will personally see to her re-education. The reward for her capture is yours as I promised. In addition, I am enclosing a particularly valuable trophy as a token of my sincere gratitude. I am a Road Trader. I can command what I want. Nice. She's mine. You want her? Then you can get her. Go get her. Wow. You want her? Then go get her. I just threw her out the airlock. I've already lost too much by chasing her. I will not fight a Road Trader. That guy was a complete butt. So instead of handing her over, I don't like the Imperial Force show. You know, let's get Storm one. Let's see, ultimate possibilities. You know, we'll gain the ability. No, hold on. Next. Excellent, so we can now development better stuff. Silent running, rugged repair. Heavy void armor. But still, that's just a what the? Ah, it's an arsenal, so it goes on here. Increases one thing by 10. You know what? We're gonna run this. I know I lost 10 hull integrity. But I can upgrade my hull anyway. So it wasn't a loss. Still, that guy was not nice. That guy would rather have chuck her out of an airlock, lose her, than dare hand her over to a Rogue Trader. Good chance if I just told her to go with him, we should have probably committed suicide or something. I almost feel like I wanted to go back and shoot him. We'll hit this place, go here, spend one, go here. Ooh, nice. A warp breach. Ungodly fiends spreading sorcerous disease. Walk the lower decks, gathering a cohort of infected voidsmen. If no measures are taken immediately, an entire bay could be turned into a den of heresy. Nice. The victory over the rogue trader's enemies came at a high price. Still, the decks have been cleansed of warp spawn, albeit it took the blood of hundreds of voidmen to wash away any evidence of their presence. That's one of the events you can have. You can also just gun there yourself and go toe to toe. I decided to let them have their chance to do it. Unknown ships and then red. Methinks me have a chance to use my new toys. Ooh, a landing pad. Time for us to get some more XP. Attack! The enemies of mankind will pay! Though I have a ridiculous amount of points. I could probably...
I offer up my thanks to thee, O Messiah, for granting me the ability to serve you as a predator whose prey is knowledge.
Have I addressed anybody? Probably not.
Stay sharp.
I can do all sorts of rolls, so I'm fine. Demolish obstruction. Map. I could do that, but I want to explore first before we start blowing things up.
Stop. There.
Goods. Cracked Xeno crest. Xeno chest. I thought it was a crest. Okay, so there's just unknown structure there. Well, that's a weird. Athletics. Anybody see anything? I mean, I got a science
ahead.
skill of a monster, so.
Unexpected result.
Acquisition is possible.
Okay.
Now that's interesting.
Uncover the pattern. Right.
We should deal with this.
Skeleton curled up in an unnatural position is inside a void, so the hole burned right through it. And loot. Cracked Vox. Furious male voice coming from the old Vox. This is Captain Trevor Durahaf. Calling the bullion. Get your asses back to the surface and get me out of here. You peep. My guts may be fused to my suit, but I'm not dead yet, no matter how much you wish it were. Otherwise, I won't lay until the ragged tone gives away to a strangled rasping. Hey, can any of you hear me? Respond. I'll pay double, just don't leave me here. Damn it, it was going so well. We even figured out how to open the first sphere thanks to the pattern on the floor. Yeah, who knew that there'd be so much trouble with the second one? I didn't. They didn't either, cowards. The moment the beam was directed back, I was already letting my guts turn inside out. And they were running away with my goods. Oh, Emperor, you... Beep. Why did you leave me like this? That... I'm scared. Oh, yes. No, I don't want to die. No, not alone. Aren't you supposed to watch over all your children? Quiet, you lot. Shut it already. Can you hear myself? The recording is silent for a few moments. All you can hear is the sound of someone's pounding the shell of a void suit with the recording device. I'm cold. I wonder if I die from lack of oxygen. What my organs give out earlier. The damned god, the damned Imperium is the end. You will all serve the true masters. The human speech. I can't read the rest of it now. There you go. Human speech gradually deteriorates into an undecipherable mixture of howling and clicking sounds. Methinks it went wrong. Badly. Okay, so...
Let's see this through.
patterns. And kaboom!
I better myself through my service.
I'm awesome. Right, so pattern 1. Okay, it's,
Data meditation is terminated.
alright, warp law.
You are in the
Cassius.
presence of
Perfect
House
one, this one.
Orcelio.
Warp law 100.
My house would be proud of me.
Ow.
I forge my own success.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
We are going back up to the ship, so...
Let's seize the moment.
warp apparition. And the floors will be... One thousand, 1,002, 1,000, and 234. Yeah, there we go. See, the pattern no longer works. Oh, that's the first one. See, pyong, pyong. Nope, straight across. Pyong. Like an unholy pentagon. Nope, was it him? Him. And this one should have... Look, in its jaws. Open the chest. Ancient Force Sword. Thank you.
Marching ahead.
We got hit in the face with that. Because Avalard, because anybody. He has got 17 thing. Let's see, where's the Ancient Force Sword run off to? Sorry, Great Sword, Ancient Force Sword. It's only 3 points lower than the other one. Lower than Silent Verdict, but energy, firepower, weapon damage absorbs a part of that. Additional thing. Metal swords per swords provide... Okay, so that's not a bad sword effect. One-handed. That's... Okay, that's a thing. That's a one-handed force sword. And it's only 3 points lower than the double two-hander. Pretty nice. I think that's a puzzle for this.
Onward to victory.
Time to get ourselves healed up. Right, I'm healed. I could beat them up. And then they've ruins. As you draw close to the unknown ship, it points its loaded cannons directly at you. Several other ships emerge from the shadows, drifting asteroids. Tightly encircling you, Captain Zavan Labouche offers mocking greetings and sends a proposition. You can buy your way out of this, but the price must be her soul's satisfaction. The outrageous suggestion sends your crew into a fury. You're in a no-win situation. You can either enter an uneven fight and lose everything, or shamefully save your skin, sacrificing only your pride. Huh. Makes the displeasure quite apparent, but it would be not in her interest to cross the rogue trader. Retreat swift into the warp, leaving you alone. I get to fight, but I just scared him off. It's like, you could attack a rogue trader, and you can guarantee that every ship in the Imperium is going to chase you down from here to Timbuktu. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to here. I don't know. Oh. Damage taken. Darn. The clan servicing the Void Shield arrays petitioning the Lord Captain for aid. Compartments were becoming run with putrescent fungal corruption. The mycelium claimed one chamber after another. The thick black spores poisoned the rogue traders' servants, causing their eyes to burst and their veins to swell until their skin ruptured. Issued reinforced unirobes and gas masks so they could keep working while the soldiers burned away the infection. See, I don't actually have to enter the system. I can go to the system and then just choose to go somewhere else. If I go there, I can open a door straight here. Oof. Demonic eyes had materialized and begun to slither across the walls of Cruise Quarters 49. The burning orbs felt like bubbles of fetid swamp gas, only in secluded places at first, later appearing in the plain sight. Everyone subject to their glare started experiencing headaches and spells of self-flagellation. One after one of the officers peeled off a portion of his own skin to fashion a makeshift eyelid for one of the fetid orbs. The section was quarantined since neither fire nor other munitions could prevent those more eyes from sprouting upon the ship. The earth was cleansed only by escaping from the clutching embrace of the Sea of Souls. Chart. We do have Polina Soul. Oh, we do have this place to go to as well. It is next door. I should actually go to my own planet, but I don't want to. I can go to every other planet going, but my own capital. It's like, new. I don't want to do that. I want to go to everywhere. Let's see. A scheduled service at the ship's chapel was interrupted by the most profane manner. The images of the saints and martyrs depicted on the altarpiece started to move and stepped down from the canvas. The congregation was filled with terror and dozens perished in the stampede. The illusion disappeared on its own, but it claimed several priests and altar attendants. It said their frenzied shrieks can still be heard echoing under the vaults of the chapel during prayer. Well, weird things happen in the war. We have a lot of points. Flat hopping. Oh, actually, on the planet, please. Star hopping across the universe. I need to get myself some extra torrents. And we have a lot of profit. Bones in the desert. Analyzing the Augur data, the officers were surprised to discover that the planet was once covered in oceans. Long ago, an unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turned the world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Yeah. Sex and Imperial cult who's... I can't read that fast enough. What'd you say? And the Imperial cult who didn't believe in transgressors were punished after death on burning planets this world could serve as one such purgatory. Skin. Oh, living good. It's a place with a bust. Okay, back home. On the commotion on the lower deck, the chief mutant hunter, who was responsible for eliminating heresy and the whole of the void ship, went mad due to the perilous influence of the warp. The officer climbed the parapet above the central accelerator complex and threatened to jump unless the entire crew immediately submitted to a rigorous examination to uncover physical deformities and unholy perversions. After calculating the time and financial cost of the inspection of thousands upon thousands of crew members, the consulting tech police about the danger of foreign materials getting into the intake of the accelerator complex, the deranged mutant hunter was graciously allowed to proceed within his life in the desired manner. Right, before I do that, I'm going to... No, let's make it safe. There's something here I want to get, so... And it's a safe trip, nothing's actually going to happen. These two are now things, we get a point back for doing that, and we're going to go pick up the Aldari treasures. Unidentified objects have been located in the system. The artifact reacts to our transmissions by releasing unknown radiation. It's most likely a Xeno origin, the cogs are reporting. If you want to get a closer look, we need to get close the distance. Stash of the children of Azarayan. Scorpion chainsaw. It's that's a one-handed weapon. I'm sorry, but that's a one-handed weapon, and look at it. The damage output on this thing. Also, micro needs upgrading. Is that the person in the back? Doop de doop de doop de doop. Doop de doop de doop de doop. Willpower. I fail that in so many things, it's ridiculous. There's so many things that could be useful. Apparently that's on the way in that skill. Intelligence, strength. You want to give you intelligence boost because it gives you a boost to everything. And let's give you Lord Imperium. You might be good at Medicaid. You know what? Let's give you on the Medicaid. You're good at this. We're not getting a skill booster, so once Okay, so could give him a weapon skills increase, could give him willpower. I mean, the number of times they get hit with that is ridiculous. So strength wouldn't be too bad either. We'll do willpower, because I, again, get hit so often with willpower stuff is ridiculous. Your Medicaid is even better. Now I just need 10 of the... Just need a half dozen of those little data thingies looms I got. One for every party member. It seems everyone's getting willpower. But agility in your case won't be too bad because it undoes some of the stuff. Now we do willpower because then a lot of people get, well, pummeled with willpower. Medicaid of 100. That's pretty good. Okay, actual using characters. Law of the Imperium, Law of the Xenos. You have a ridiculous score on the Xenos. Your persuasion's rubbish. Even logic, I'm not sure why you have that. You didn't even get that 2 things, you got at 1. He's getting 2. Law of the Imperium, Persuasion, Commerce. House of Imperium Law, I don't think there's much else we can use, to be honest. Again, willpower is a good thing to get. So many of my characters get like nuked around by willpower problems. Oh, fellowship for you won't be too bad. And strength ain't a problem. Perception. Yeah, really willpower. I have been nuked in a lot of things by willpower issues. Everyone's just getting stat points, not any abilities, so it's fine. I mean, your willpower's off the charts. You don't need ballistic skills. Trust me. Not an issue with you. Let's see, Medicaid would be nice. No, but actually, she also has a medical box. So having a Medicaid wouldn't be too bad an option. Gee. Should I give a person with a ridiculous ballistic skill more ridiculous ballistic skills? Now, we're doing everyone with willpower. At the moment, the athletics for you won't be too bad. Awareness, not too bad. Growls. I mean, you got a negative on that, so that would give you a positive. You know, 2 points. Your biggest thing is fellowship. The weapon skill's not a bad one for you. You tough little boots. Yep, fellowship is the biggest when you plus stats. And you having good corrals isn't a bad thing because you are in charge of that. That's what you do. I am slightly goddish. Okay, I have been hit with willpower problems, but I'm going to have a ballistics chunk because I use a gun at long range. I got plus 20 in everything. Yeah, sure, let's get a conclusion up. Not like I have like a massive bonuses and everything under the sun. Oh yeah, and when it comes to weapons, but here's the thing. None of you can use the Aldari chainsword. Only someone trained with Aldari weaponry can use the chainsword. So only the Aldari can use it. She can use our stuff too, but only the Aldari can use it. Let's see, I need a head. I need a neck piece. Let's see, head, neck. I mean, perception for you is makes it harder and harder to dodge your attacks. So I suppose that wouldn't be too bad an object to give you. She's got an Aldari chainsword, Scorpion chainsword to have fun with. Skin. Time to go scan the planets and pick up whatever loot I can find. Nothing here. Nothing here, nothing there, nothing here. Scan our way right now. Hey, Prometheus, we don't want. At first, it looked like a snowy and desolate planet was devoid of surprises, but the yellow and orange flickering of the lumens on the notification from the Augur system informed one of the officers there was a small colony that survived in spite of the harsh climatic conditions. All attempts to hail the colony have failed. New explorers report the dismal condition of the settlement and its inhabitants. Their skin is translucent and pale, their icy blue eyes see particularly no colour. Their language is rough and guttural, and their stomachs cannot tolerate anything except a stew made from local roots and mosses. And yet they are subjects of the Imperium, still loyal to the Emperor. They have mistaken your people for his emissaries. Find out what happened. The local elders woefully reminisce about times long gone. Most of them were still sheltered in their mother's wombs when snow first settled on the verdant fields. Hail ruined the crops and frost hardened the soil. Plants and large beasts that could not sustain themselves were the first to go. They were soon followed by birds and other small animals. Most people in the large cities perished, unable to warm themselves and their families. They say the governor and his entourage left the world in the first days of winter, taking all the provisions and fuel with them. No one responded to the pleas for this dying world. The stars remained deaf to the messages transmitted by the planet's Vox stations. These abandoned subjects of the Imperium still managed to save the machines and other valuables, but they were of little use without a supply of promethium. And yet those who survived eventually adapted to the tribulations that the God Emperor had bestowed upon them. Yeah, do that. When the more the first generator belched forth a furious roar of black ash started the sky instead of snow, the locals laughed and danced, trying to warm their limbs after decades of cold. They called down blessings upon their unseen savior, a rogue trader from the Von Valancius dynasty, and thanked the God Emperor for the fortuitous encounter. Yay, we got stuff. The explorer's departure was accompanied by shouts of grateful approval, not to mention their many gifts. Nice. We can come back for more stuff here. Hulk first. It's a trophy. Look out, Bridge. Look out. Bridge, we have an unknown object ahead. Not an asteroid, clearly artificial in nature, but it's larger than a footfall station. Copy that. Report delay to officer on duty and pilots. Expected vigil soon. We have a vigil. What the? Incoherent whispering. Look out, this is Voxmaster. I'm adding the pilots and senior officers and Lord Captain to this channel. His Lordship wishes to assume personal command. And Lord Captain, we have requested intel on the object from the Auger Array module. Awaiting response. Lord Captain on the line. No need to engage the Augurs. I know what this is. It's called a webway gate. Van Carlox here. What we see before us is the webway gate, an artifact that the Xenos used to get their sorcerous realm, so to speak. It also allows Eldari to get around the sector quickly and serves as a hideout for their most unpleasant tribe, the Drukhari, whom we have already met. Officer Station, you're late here. This is gated just like the one we saw back in Lilithan. The children of Azarayan wander the void through such constructs, erected in ancient times. Any ship that passes through such a portal will enter a tangle of paths, fathomable to none but my kin. Is there an order report? According to available data, the object consists of an unknown material foreign to the Imperium. We are registering an unknown class of energy profile. The engineers are at a loss about how its technology works exactly, but they did specify that the ergonometry suggests that the system is holding an active charge. The object appears ready to do whatever it was designed to do. Okay, can we activate the device somehow? Question response from the Engineering. Apologies, Lord Captain, the tech police have refused to even consider such a possibility. It would be a violation of Omnissiah's tenets and an extremely dangerous undertaking. Perhaps a certain companion of yours could. Even if I knew the secret of this gate, I would never surrender it to the monkey. The webway is our kin's sacred refuge, and a deadly trap for those such as you, Alan Tark. All weapons, fire on the object. Destroy the object. I'm going back, raise targeting, firing, 3, 2, 1. Confirming contact with object. Good thrown. Well, no effect. I don't know what that thing's made of, but our weapons are powerless against it. Yeah, that's ancient Eldari, and it's a very strong ancient Eldari, so. So that's no point looking at that one. Right. I suppose we should get to the actual requirements we were supposed to come here for, which is visiting our actual capital. I mean, this has got... what room is this? Lost in the Void. Yep. Let's make these routes safe. Well, sort of safe. Oh, lovely. The Void guys are back. You know what, I said last time and did the Void thing, I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna kick them. They're on my ship, I beat them up. Ah! You invade my ship, I blow you up. You argue with my ship, I blow you up. Good chance, I'll blow you up anyway.
Our enemy will be eradicated.
Pink horrors, which when die turn into blue horrors. Here I can... I know cover, so... She does have that really nasty chainsaw now. Oh, well, I'm still... Well, what was actually in cover? The Omnissiah protects. And we're going to have fun beating them around the head as well.
Request denied.
No, I wanted to click on the 4, not the ability.
Running binary override.
Cool, got a combat servitor. Oh, that's right, because we got the one of the perks earlier with the we now get combat servitors on battles. On these battles.
Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Blue horrors are melee, pink horrors are range.
The analysis. Successful.
Yep. It would be because we made it so we can black hole.
Scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Alantak.
No weakness is hidden from my sight. I am not your Caesar's pet monkey. I understand your intent.
Oh, everyone else.
This tedium has been...
I won't gonna kill with that because it's not got a thing, but
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
wee, can't wait. Wee. Trying to do all sorts to me now.
You will pay an even greater price.
They think they can get their hands on Unity.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
It counts for being
I'll
levels
do it.
and you're close to close to her. So I get bonuses.
As the Emperor commands.
From one thingy, 2 blues spawns.
I'll do it. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Miss. Oh well. Yababad will get him. Alright, well. It is my turn. But yeah, that's the thing you gotta watch out for. These guys will multiply when you kill them. But only the pink ones. The blue ones, on the other hand, when they go poof, will not cease to be.
Said, so done. I know what to do.
I got points for these. See, claim bounty deals with first kills after 0 damage. So I'm able to hit and kill it one shot.
Let's set this in motion.
One and done. I get that one all the way up there. But again, pinks are more of a threat than the other ones. Blues are less of a threat. They are melee focused. Which is fine because I have guys who are really good at melee fighting.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a serf.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Yeah, they're too close. That cost me points.
If I may.
Health. I know for a fact, because Stash is wielding, she triggers actual trigger her own stuff.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
And blocked.
I will do, right?
And dead.
It will be done.
We are quite steadily beating them up though.
I took care of this
And
one.
there too. Combat Servitor moving to position. Again, these guys aren't that dangerous. Most because what we're up against is, well, essentially a really strong fighting team. Unless he can't shoot because the guy who's aiming at him moved around the corner. It is unfortunate.
If another stone slips beyond the veil.
Yeah, she could do dispatch.
I am not your zeal. Fortune favors the swift.
That's a good shot. That's unfortunate that they don't kill him. That one's running again.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Faith without deeds is
Bit of devastation there.
doubt
Justice for the weak. As the Emperor commands.
Just hammer him a bit with bullets.
I'll do it.
You missed. On the other hand, every time you're making them way more accurate. And eventually you won't be able to miss if you tried.
Forward. Easy.
Yep.
They won't expect this.
Toxic shot is nasty.
I know what to do.
Keep firing. That's what I do.
That's so done. I know what to do. They won't expect this.
Yeah, that was her attack.
Witness my resolve. Costly mistake.
Unfortunately, also always can shoot. She has to move all the way up here to catch the other guy.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I do.
Running binary override.
Can't get him. Now, he can on the other hand, 'cause he can sprint.
My place is at the fort.
Fortunately, the only thing that can sprint to is here. Nope, none of my guys can actually get to him. The final dude is hiding in the corner, but we can't reach.
Stop me.
Also, there's a deadly cloud coming straight after us.
Request approved.
Poke. Poke, 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 poke.
The Omnissiah knows all. Comprehends all. My vow is to serve.
We don't actually have to move. Because he'll be dead very shortly.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Guided by faith.
Yep. I think I need to do another. I think it's burst fire. Yeah, they've done single shots with burst fires.
I'll do it.
Hey, one move. I've already got these guys half dead.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. The Emperor's judgment.
One dead. Do. No one bath of this.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
No
I'll do
one
it.
bath of this. And no
My
one
Emperor, I will not.
No one bath of
As
this.
the Emperor commands.
Hey, gonna get you too. No, I'm bad at this. Now, what storm go away?
Just a minor setback.
Unfortunately, there's no loot on this section. But that's the sort of events that can happen. That's one of the things that can happen when you get a warp event. You get invaded. However, when I get invaded, I have guys attack. I should really be heading for my capital, but gosh darn it. I enjoy what I do too much. There better not be Aldari ships, I don't want to fight them. Oh, Xenotech free. Okay. See, charred ruins are being detected on planet surface. The architecture, buildings, material layout, passages betray their Xeno origins. There's currently no sign of Xeno activity on the planet, and the ruins seem to be abandoned. The burnt husk of an Imperial shuttle has been found in the heart of the ruins. The pilot's remains are badly damaged, but it seemed the shuttle smashed into the building at full speed, causing it the fire that destroyed it. Sister Argenta believes the crew found the remains of a martyr who sacrificed themselves to protect humanity from the Xenos threat. She proposed to erect a monument and hold a service in their honor. Jay is impressed by the dead pilots' bravery and believes they would have been honored to have their equipment serve new generations in the fight against the Xenos and heretics. Kivala claims that the pilot's fierce and fearless spirit has not departed the remains to go to the Undying One. She proposes to honor the hero and dedicate the bow of the flagship with their bones, so that may continue to fight the enemies of humanity in death. I'm not sure. Let's pull on the bell. Those within the web solemnly place the bones in the prow plating, while the crew watches the secret ceremony with awe. The God Emperor has sent them a mighty spirit to protect her. I love the Xenotech. Yeah, plasteel. Look at that. Let's look at this Hulk. Whoa! A vigilant member of the Org crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is underpowered and shows no signs of being crewed. Board of the vessel without issue, corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. Far on board, the Xenos, judged by their clothes, were not part of any warrior caste, merely crew of the now defunct ship. As used from the craft called Coronach. Everything went weird. It was weird just then. Skin. Animate. I think those are Aldari ships. And plasteel. Well, not giving me the option to talk to them, so I guess I'm just gonna have to fight them. Boom!
Triumph awaits us.
Yep, Aldari Shadowhunter. Now, Aldari have like a sort of a Void Prince class that they sort of run around, that like to run around space. Pulsar Lance. They're fast, they're nimble, and they have like miracle clones, so.
Deploy torpedoes!
Well done, torpedoes. No, that's close enough.
Commence lance fire!
Increase the range of that.
Purify the battlefield!
Well, we took out two of his clones. I can't get them both. That would get them.
Macro cannons falling!
Nice. Super spicy. I'm probably going to get shot by the guy behind me. If I move 2 inches this way, I can at least fire on this guy here.
Engage the lance battery!
Go. I like that lightning burst though. Whoa. One per round. One for every 10 points. Go Fury Interceptors. They last for so rounds. Like, go, go, go! Annoyingly, all these guys spit out torpedoes. Thankfully, we're also very close to them, so they can't get those torpedoes can't get us. Sadly, the torpedoes from the other guy will get us. Ouch! Oh man.
Launch torps!
No torpedoes.
Destination locked in. Commence lance fire!
No one dead. Yeah, we can't really nail him.
Let the enemy burn!
Well, if it's teleport, it's thing. Okay, I didn't actually do any damage, which is unfortunate. Fire! We can't turn.
Adjust heading. Initiate the barrage!
Nice. Lots of damage. Zoom!
Purgation through blessed plasma fire.
Hey! That's okay, we deal with one ship, we just need to deal with the other ones. Wait. My fury fires got blown up. All humanity all. Thankfully they're too far away, so that's we can go too far. Again, way too far away.
Commence lit fire.
Rah. See what people. Alright, I can't do the move.
Engage the lance batteries.
Oh, that did some damage. Good chance they won't be able to catch me. Roll with a twist. It says 5 people, but there was only... Oh, nice. Those twinlings do a very good job. Okay. 4, so it's only actually the 3 those torpedoes. We finally just reinforced and did our armor, so yay. Oh no, here it comes. Ow. They can't catch up, they're too far away. Turning arc was too big. We do a lot of damage.
Let the enemy burn. Macro cannon.
No
Falling.
defensive shell, they are vulnerable to this. If we jump to there, and then there's a shot.
locked in.
Should be good. Increase range. Shoot me sideways. Fire point blank.
Engage the lance battery.
The Emperor Emperor blessed us with victory this day.
Yeah, but I didn't feel good about it though. Right, anything else here? I mean, there's one more in the system to go check out. Zoom. The vessel confessors reported discontent among their flock. During the traditional sermon before departure, a ritual's chandelier's 100 candles were snuffed out at once. The missionaries attribute this incident to an open ventilation shaft, but the voicemen noticed it and are whispering about an ill omen, fearing the woes that may soon come. 65%, coercion 100%. I have a free reroll. The Holy Procession, in full accordance with the Ecclesiarchy's liturgical canon, rekindled the faith of the voicemen's heart and renewed their belief in the God Emperor's benevolent power. The whispers subsided, and the crew, as ready to face potential dangers, with courage and fervour. I went and blessed the candle. Well, the last flight's the lost thing, so... And other than this place, we got to look at... Still got to know, still got a dude running around. An Emperor's Angel. Plasteel, 7 of. Actually, the colony after this. More plasteel, very plasteel heavy city system. Oh, that looks like a nice planet. A small planet gently wrapped in the amber forest greets you with a ruby-coloured dawn. Basil von dem Clark, the local governor, gives the road trader a warm welcome after several glasses of Damascene. The sweltering ruler asks if Ubel von Valansis would like to keep him company during the upcoming hunt. I'm a hunter. After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. Basil von dem Clanch points to the sky. A flat disk rises over the horizon, constantly morphing its colour and shape. The forest grows silent and empty. You can no longer hear the singing of birds or even the rustle of the wind. The governor nods with satisfaction. With a few shapes step into the clearing. Their bodies are twisted by an unknown phenomenon, and you watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty clacking of their bones, cackling of their brethren, turning the bony growths and pulsating flesh from the scaly hands toward the unnatural thing in the sky. Forever, the unfortunate creatures howled, whined, and convulsed, unable to tear their bleeding eyes from the celestial body. When the Panavine disk outshone even the light of the local star, the things used to be men burst, releasing a beast onto this plane that not even the most fluent and capable pen could describe. Excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of distortion. It is he who the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle, his chariot shines its light upon the world and bestows transformations upon his ardent followers. Ah, well, see, we are the Nope, shoot him. Okay. At the heart of the system, the chaplain advises you to get ready for a potential encounter with the spawn of the archenemy. So maybe wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics, take us towards a blessed effigy of the Emperor. As your disc trembles slightly beyond the endless windows of the captain's bridge, as the road trader's ship approaches the center, an holy voice cold and enveloping into your mind. What could this puny wretch want of her king? They look around, perplexed, their eyes full of terror and confusion. Many clutch their heads and let out a long howl of pain. Some empty their stomachs, but most pale and exhausted for they are, have joined the Lord Captain in his influence. Images flood your consciousness. You're seeing horrifying scenes of millions of tortured souls, screens of your mind. Their pain pierces you with 1,000 red-hot needles. King, ruler, the one who is obeyed. That is all you can make sense of, although you see much more. Yeah, we'll do this thing. Hey! Deafening gong strikes her across the hundreds of decks. Your eyes are misted with red and your gums bleed as your subjects fall to their knees all at once. The shared prayer of the God Emperor, the rest of the ship's temples melt from the door of your speech, and the entity screams and writhes inside your brain, struggling to break out. Many drop dead during the first minutes of the prayer, unable to resist the corruption. However, others immediately take their place, unfazed by the sight of their fellows turning into dust in seconds. Their nauseating stench engulfs the ship's decks like a wave, causing people to retch from their innards. Finally, every deck is plunged into darkness. Ghosts of the past walk among the living, stealing breath from those weaker spirits, and still the prayer is not extinguished. It's hard to tell if the prayer service lasted several hours or several days. At some point, you feel your very essence overflow with heat and power, and then the intruding wheel falters. The distorted disc vanishes from the void ship's augurs, as if it had never been there. At long last, everything is quiet, and as everyone slowly recovers from what just happened, reports come to the captain's bridge. You've lost a third of your crew in the unequal fight, and the fortunate survivors are going to take some time to come around. All hail the rogue trader. Nice. From orbit. Mine. From that moment, the world belonged to the rogue trader alone. Your people eradicated the settlement's housings and the unclean followers of the infamous cult. The corruption is still by the king of the Storch and loosened its grip, and the estates of the Amber World can be a sigh of relief thanks to the efforts of their new ruler. Yet malicious servants of the archenemy still lurk in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to wrap the planet in its web of heresy. Evil does not simply disappear without a trace. Hey, cool. Thank you. That's it. We got one of those though, now, so that's good. Yay, I stole the planet. I stole the planet. And quite frankly, I don't regret it too. Wasteland Wayfarer. I'm just finding things to do here. It's like one thing after another. But we've got plenty of time still. We've got to go down and have another peek. Wasteland Wayfarer. you could always, the chance to hit is always 95%. Even with all the points going, you max out at 95%. Everything after that is critical.
Stay sharp. Nothing can catch me off guard.
I don't know. Seal tight. This isn't right. You seem to remember that never activating the seal on the way through. I know about this state of the obvious, but I will say it anyway. There's something off about this. Something very off. The control panel being uncooperative, yet you know enough about machine spirit behavior to conclude not making them refuse to comply, but a higher priority order they are executing. After repeating the command enter protocol 3 times with appropriate prayers, the flight priest says in a gloomy raspy voice, the machine spirit controlling this airlock is too simple and guileless to be tricked. It will be easier to deconstruct this airlock than to compel it open. So we can't open this.
I have learned much in my exile.
Finding something sharp as metal.
Let's see this through.
I have never been on this map. I don't know what I'm up against.
You make my soul uneasy, Seer of Shael. Is it your third eye? Or is it something else? Whatever it is, do not come any closer.
I will say the same to you. The glare of your soul dazzles my sight. To the point of pain, to the point of tears. We should keep our distance.
Yeah. All puns and
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
mine. Ooh, got a flame out of that. This is full of sand.
Venture forth.
Was brutally forced open. Why would the ship's owner break into it when they could simply turn the key? I don't think they could. Well, not massive. Yep. Unknown Captain's Diary. Huh.
Let's seize the moment.
It's hard to get me with a
Too hard for
ambush.
a simple monkey. Never doubt me.
Bonk. That's pistol, some more goods. Little sticks. Excellent. 2 melt chargers. I need to replace one that's spent.
Forge ahead. Never linger.
Hi guys. Fox Cleric. Okay. And can't go any further that way, so... Okay, Mr. Cleric. Speak. Hunched over the Voxcaster, the hooded man mutters monotonously, but empathically, in the machine as he rocks slightly to and fro. In the light of distant stars, our Emperor progenitor wanders warily. With thoughts of visions of us, he sends us particles of his holy light. Through his body suffers, his mind lingers on in us, Let us therefore nourish him with the light of our souls, with prayers and our faith. Well, the faithful worship the Emperor under a great many names, and after a great many fashions. I do not like this prayer. The man falls silent. A satisfied chuckle without a hint of fear comes from under his hood. As long as our father progenitor thinks of me, I am eternal. A pale hand he throws his hood. You see an ugly face with a flat, wide nose, disproportionately large brow ridge. Iris's eyes with enormous pupils, a wide tooth, toe-like mouth, and skin that transitions to purple scales and cheekbones. Standing before you is an abominable subhuman, a mutant. Welcome to the abode of the Nourishers. Three sorrowful phalanges point the way to the Emperor progenitor. I am glad you have chosen ours. Fine trace of the gene steal cults. These features are strikingly similar to those mutants whom you destroyed in the dynastic crypt. I avail it. This being of nature has strayed too far from mankind's blessed genome. The creed sees no humanity in deviations like these, so it commands such creatures exterminated without mercy. I killed them all. There's not a surprise. Though I had not known them before, the Emperor Progenitor brought me the echoes of their deaths and an image. Your image. But their deaths matter not, for you have answered the call. I am elated. Who are you? I am... Lekhot Glamothus of the Nourishers of the Afflicted. I am he who speaks to our progenitor. The ship belongs to me. The Emperor progenitor that my brothers and sisters might repeat the sacred words with me. The stars unknown, he keeps his vigils and sends us light. He is exhausted and maimed, but his graciousness he does not allow himself to forget us. We are grateful. We know our prayers will quell his agonizing hunger. Therefore we speak to him. We beckon him so that one day he and his faithful may come to take us under his care. Purple, everything is purple, I can see. You mean our god, the master of the terror who sits upon the golden throne, or the blasphemous petty deity of whatever culture in? I know no god but the Emperor Progenitor. Those are figments of... Do you believe the god Emperor, the protector of mankind who dwells in the holy terror? Make your answer forthright and clear. For I stand before you as his chosen servant, and the road trader has been anointed by him. I'm looking grin. I see a blasphemer. You will leave later with us. Well, we'll leave this place. Waiting. Once we were many, now we have a few, but our blood degenerated. Our flesh grew weak, and they are on the verge of death, but you have come, and that is good. We'll infuse our blood with new power. Your ship will take the nourishers to new worlds. We will rise again. Indeed, afflicted one, you have nowhere to run. May the grace of our progenitor be upon you. You hear a clanging echo growing louder, and the empty hull module like hundreds of clawed limbs, shredding bulkheads and glaring onto bars. Whoever is advancing upon you, there are a lot of them. You want to run for your life while they trap you in the crammed Vox cabin. Countless foes in a cumbersome position. Oh, Emperor, I thank thee for giving us another chance to taste the sweetness of battle and solemn enjoy the courageous deeds. So I feel we're about to start taking something quite different. Or more likely, someone about to partake of us. Von Vlant command lock. Seeing as lost what you can manage to anything. Loot. And heavy stubber. Ooh. Not a bolt gun, but that's a heavy stubber. You know, the guys who can wield this. Abelard could. I mean, he's built for melee. But his strength factor is more than high enough to deal with use a heavy stubber. Yeah, I gotta say, you might want to swap the character animation for that. It's a big machine gun. I got strength 35. He's strength 65, so he'll use it better.
Marching ahead.
Gene stealers.
How many foes have you, Elantak?
A lot. Oof, this guy got a lot of level 5 Xenos. Called Ambush. Your ambush was premature. You will die.
Running binary override. Request approved.
These guys are not gonna make this easy.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
But by the golden throne of terror.
Running binary override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binary override.
I just took like nearly a third of your health, mate. Yeah, it's in kill zone, so we get big bonus on them. Ouch.
I understand your intent. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Nice. Nothing there, but annoyingly run away.
I approach the designated position.
What's she going to do Overwatch?
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. If I must. Stop trying, monkey.
He's bleeding heavily.
At your beck and call.
Running was useless. We may or not made ourselves OP. Fresh Gene Stealers arrived. That's a run. I'm gonna do that and dash.
God Emperor, move through me.
She's
Be the fire in my
devastatingly
heart.
nasty, so she's perfect for this. I'm a momentum, baby. Now,
I'll do it.
spray.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to go point. I can't get to a point facility for this. On the other hand, I have like stolen nearly a third of his health again.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Maybe, but I am a navigator who's going to use hotel who's help to use those choose to.
As the Emperor commands.
And he runs. Yeah, it's like Overwatchers. Right. So that's actually got to do like a rolling maneuver here. Can't be moving too far, too fast, because some characters can't move as fast as the others.
I know what to do. One step ahead.
And you don't know where I'm going to be.
Let's set this in motion.
I'm not really actually getting a shooting gun. We had to orbit, and my first order is going to be blast this place to oblivion.
The scriptural prognosis is faithful.
Unless you can move a long distance.
I move as if unseen.
Can't suddenly.
If it serves your cause.
Abelard will move forward because
Tried and tested
Abelard.
tactics are the best ones.
Hang on, I want to get to him. Yeah, I can do that.
At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Brutal!
I will do my
Strike
duty.
You should have run when you had a chance, bug boy.
Rejoice in battle!
Don't fight like this!
Doubt is for the weak. This is unacceptable. I refuse.
Well, you got no one to see.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
He's annoyingly going that way. Oh, I know we're going to get to him. At the same time, we want to go over here. Our objective is to leave the ship. Oh, my guys can...
I move swiftly to strike.
Ah, the Gene Seal has arrived.
A tactically sound approach. Indeed. It will be done.
Yes.
We'll rule the stars themselves. At your beck and call.
We
I
can
will
keep
do
hacking
what
all
you
day,
ask.
won't we?
Exemplary strike. Indeed. It will be done.
He healed again.
Duty go hand in hand.
Well, you moved closer, so enjoy a copious amount of bullets.
This battlefield in righteous fury.
And that way ain't gonna help. Not gonna help in the slightest.
I'll do it. My emperor.
Ooh, penetration as well, that one.
Faith
what those
without
ain't that
deeds is worthless.
Run away! The psycho's coming after us!
I'll do it.
We made it. Hey! Bye-bye! Blast that place from orbit. I want that whole thing burnt to oblivion. Lost in the void. Oh, that was a rumour for that one. Okay, so let's go pop back to the planet again. Do I actually do anything here? Or just like run away? No, that's Ember World. Must be the Savannah World that I looked at. Okay. Well, we found the Gene Steel cults. Lovely. No clue where the rest of them may be. We found one of them. We have like not gone to a lot of planets. I mean, we've gone to a lot of planets, don't get me wrong. On this one, we've gone to a ton of them. Okay. It says stuff, but then nothing really actually happened. So who's completed your project? Here we go. Kiva Gam again. Lord Captain, after the unsettling scene of Lady Theodore's secret workshop on Kiva Gamma, an epidemic of mysterious tech leprosy has broken out. Augments mutate into distorted form, killing their hosts. Machines and even entire assembly halls break apart into fragments and devour each other, fusing into grotesque and insane forms. The Omega-18 Manufactorum, the epicenter of the epidemic, is called off. The disease will burst out there sooner or later. What is known about this disease? We've not faced anything like this before. The plague only affects mechanisms, forcing them to transform or lose functionality. No one has been able to provide insight into the nature of this disease, nor how it found its way into the Lady Theodore's secret workshop. It is possible that some secret research was being carried out there. Security -1. Efficiency of a vessel. Just listen to the suggestion of my advisors. The eradication of the infection is the highest priority, but to completely eradicate the Manufactorum, serving as the epicenter, is to inflict serious damage to the resource supply. This unit, I can propose another method for purging. However, the sacraments to the Omnissiah that are available to me cannot be revealed to the Litany. I ask that you place your trust in me. Shireen, do not be so hasty with this purge. This one may be of interest to other specialists. There are many who do not agree with the all knowledge belongs solely to the cogs. What appears to be a plague could hold amazing possibilities. We could isolate the Manufactorum and let these inquisitive minds inside. They would happily compensate us for the loss of production capacity. I have suppressed 18 different epidemics aboard the flagship, and our officers are experienced in setting up quarantines. We will send them to give a gamma to lend a tech purgator squad. They will not return from the epicenter until the infestation is eradicated, and prevention exclusion zone are taken down. Even metal dies eventually, sacred by corrosion. To combat those who have stripped away their flesh and replaced it with machinery, the Buzzspawn Web has procured a remedy, an acidic compound that burns through steel. We stand ready to help to burn out this tech leprosy. The tech leprosy outbreak have proven their worth and thus earned the right to serve on the rotator ship. Ooh, plus 20 to all voice shield sectors. Demise of metal. All allies deal 10% more damage to machines, and targets will reject the flesh snake feature. Okay. Avalard wants us to have the healer of metal. Enemies suffer minus 5% of their armor penetration. And this one will be a big profit factor and them, but you know what? I'll trust Pascal for this one. Tech priests are armed with a mysterious device. They assemble according to the instructions of Magos Hanneman, entered the bowels of the Manufactorum. What happened there is unknown. Reports speak of a blue-green flash that illuminated the Manufactorum, and the epidemic subsided overnight. The storage mechanisms were honorably melted down, so were the bodies of the dead tech priests who carried the machine of Magos Hanneman, as well as the burnt remains of the machine itself. The eminent Magos refused to comment on his chosen method of purging, calling it revelation of the Omnissiah that he himself could not comprehend before it left him. Sounds like an EMP bomb. Many of the tech priests who had once maintained this Manufactorum were left without a function, and transferred to serve aboard the Road ship. We got flawless then, so efficiency went up with 2. See, we need a tech guard for this one. This on the other hand is giving the Iron Armored Rage. Power factor 2, weapons 9. And it only cost me some promethium, I got plenty of. 2 chemicals, not a lot of them. 1 adamantine, yeah, probably that one. And I got tons of plasteel. And this one blocks them. And they also needed it. Cool. Oh yeah, we can check the other systems. Nothing wrong with you, Janice? Again, I need more with them. Fellstone. Not enough of them yet. might take the bonfires of righteousness, because this gives me crusade. Good. That just does it for the one planet. That does it for one planet. That does it for all planets. It makes it a lot harder, so the lesser, smaller events won't trigger, because they'll fix it themselves. And I don't want... As much as I love to have this one, it sounds nice and everything, I want this one because I get this and I get this. Besides, I'll get this one afterwards. I just need more efficiency. And I only have got 4. You only got... So Bonfire of the Righteousness would need a lot more complacency. I might end up having to do this one because it gives me 2-2. Which might be just enough to get me, yeah, it'll give me enough to get me the... That's unfortunate, I was going to take this because I wanted this Blessing of the Fallen Things, but... I guess we'll completely plus 1 across everywhere. But I guess for this one, if I want the bonfires, then not good tidings. Because that blocks the bonfires. And if I block the bonfires, I can't have... This one needs the bonfires of righteousness. So I guess we're taking the railway then. That's unfortunate. But it'll get the job done. Right. Actually head to our people. We also got another quest because we just beat up on. So you got rumours galore, there are lots of rumours. King Killer. With word and faith overpower the unfoul entity serving the archer in me. Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. Yeah, go us. Xenos on rampage, there's various things off, various things. I get my weapons. I do have 17 people. Think about that. That one better because it'll give me a big chunk of chemicals. Yeah, it cost me a lot of people, but it gave me a big chunk of chemicals, which was what I needed to spend. Needed. Three sorrowful flanges. Find traces of genes of the occult. The thing is, to find these things, we have to visit the planets. This can take a while because we've got to visit the planets, which means we've got to figure out which planets they're actually hiding on. Perhaps, okay, it says voice in bridge. Captain's cogitated on the bridge. Before we hit to our people, and yes, we have to eventually actually go to our people. We need to look at this critical chest thingy. $9,900. Whee! Right. has sensed your presence. Blinking screen displays input. Data acquired. Stack complete. Valencius, task success. How? This mechanism was molded in the forge of the Depths Mechanicus so that it may serve the rogue trader. It was in your presence that his machine spirit first manifested itself, a miracle on the sire, a testament of his glory. What's that supposed to mean? Input prompt. The machine spirit has recognized the one who stands before it. The previous string is sacred code, signified a greeting as well as acknowledgement that you have successfully completed a certain task. Stands ready to process your request. What task? Well, to my knowledge, my position is that it might have something to do with your recent travels. Something else. And access the data from Givagamma. Tech Priest connects the data slab to selected the cogitator's drive with such care as if he is holding the greatest treasure of treasures. The servo motors hum as they begin to stir, and the lines of text of his screen swiftly replace one another. Input. Pack comp. Nom. OS step true. Stack check in data reg 5211486622. The great mechanism has transformed the secret data into a format that you can comprehend without the assistance of the servant of our Messiah. The tech priest retrieves the data slate from the heart of the cogitator, both hands, and passes it to you. Okay, so they're happily doing their thing. I just think, if you don't actually save that guy, he doesn't appear on the ship. Claim what was lost, new crew called the edge, classificate. I'm guessing because we did the thingy? Critical task, we want to look at it. Now, return to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Yes, that's on there too. But we have this. Now, hopefully, we can figure out what we need to do to get this. Because, I'm not gonna lie, last time I did this, I failed this quest. I failed it most heartily. So, yeah. We're going to have to see if we can successfully do it this time. However, we are now going to go to our actual planet. The heart of our protectorate. It's like, yay! Actually visiting for the first time in forever. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman online. I report that the quest for the capital world of Onslaught Dynasty is finally at an end. Dargonus is straight ahead. We have received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their master will be arriving. The merchant captains taking refuge in the orbital docks of the Dargonus race send you priceless welcome gifts, owned by your favour and an impression on the road trader. Tell Dragonus the road trader is coming home. It will be done, Captain. spiders in a jar. Make planetfall and Dragonus. Yay! I brought the Void Fort home. So this place has a ridiculous defense score now. As a connection to Master Helmsman's cut, the device crackles with Hendrix's voice. Well, Captain, I would please to accompany you during your visit to Dragonus, so I can personally introduce Achilles Scalander, a servant of the Golden Throne who's previously attended to Lady Theodora on Dragonus. I am counting on your benevolence. Ends with a click. Ooh. The Princess of Ifrit Outpost sends its awed and joyous greetings to the rogue trader. The last time so great an honour was granted to this world was many decades ago, when Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius ordered this element be founded here, and thereafter showed no interest in its fate. A small outpost, inhabited by 500 subjects, is a small mining complex buried in the sand, deployed under the Theodora, and 5 residential modules radiating out from it. Its dark-skinned inhabitants keep the colony in austere order, regularly pray to the God Emperor, and toil diligently without rest. A warehouse filled with newly purchased equipment has been built into the mining complex, and a new residential module is under construction for the workers hired by Mistress Hanye on Footfall. The outpost will soon begin to grow, and its mistress will be able to watch over all from her small but delightful mansion surrounded by hydroponic gardens established on the rugged dunes. Yay, this is my gift to her. I need more. Oh god, I really need more. More extractums. But yeah, that's where my this fiery shroud. Was it your ancestor Elantak who disgorged his core in some ill-conceived act? Probably. We don't really think of half of things before we actually do something. I'm amazed if we actually put any thought behind anything. Yay. Lord Captain, the commander of Rim reports that the outpost is keeping vigilant eye over the vicinity of the other world. No enemy ships or unauthorized vessels have been detected. There's a space station here, essentially, and but this particular part of the Protectorate has a massive security score. An Adeptus Mechanicus ship in orbit, though. What do you want? Lord Captain, a transport shuttle bearing the markings of the Adeptus Mechanicus approaching the ship. Magus Tanzus delegation intended to board our ship and gain an audience with your lordship. This is exactly how they phrased it. He intends, not humbly requests. Many of my tech comrades neglect diplomacy when interacting with Lady. It is regrettable. The Honourable Sirs of the Omnissiah have ignored our requests. Such arrogance is hardly trivial. It rather appears as part of their intimidation tactics. Let them land normally. I could have put you like 10 miles down the hallway, but I had to let you land properly. I have like really strong weapons, and I'm really good at what I'm doing. I see you getting in your steps, Sergeant.
Onward to victory.
Why is she just running on the spot? I think we bugged out. A group of dressed in crimson of the priesthood of Mars walks over to you. Their gazes are fixed on Pascal. You know that the group is not monolithic. Some of its members are more heavily armed, for a large tech priest clad in battle armor. Others keep a respectful distance and cast inquiry looks at their own leader, whose hunched posture belies his true tall frame. Despite the hood hiding his face, you recognize him as Opticon 22, who you met at Hurfall. Hello. The enormous tech priest points his hand at Pascal and lets out a booming roar, not unlike a factory alarm. It makes your very bones vibrate. Herald servo skulls marked with the emblem of the cog follow in his wake. They blare shrilly, "Thou shalt not suffer the heretic in thy forge, and for rust begets rust. Pascal Hanneman, in the name of the Adeptus Mechanicus, you are under arrest." Huh? Sorry, my throat's well, so hold on a second. I'm not going to do all his various versions of he says something, so... Diplomacy mode, engage, announcement. The Adeptus Mechanicus offer their apologies. The necessity of conducting operation to detain, arrest, terminate faulty unit on Rogue Trader's territory. You identify the rare armor the enormous tech priest is wearing as Secutor plated. Mechanized suit. It carries imprints of many battles and has markings that announce its status as a relic. Some of the armor's damage looks fairly severe, to the point of endangering its operation. The slivers of flesh revealed under the steel are marked with terrible chemical burns. Every now and then convulsions shake the tech priest's body and a painful sounding hiss comes from his vox. The tall tech priest who spoke to you looks more peaceful, and makes a point of not drawing on his weapon. There is an air of concern about the way he frequently glances over his fellows, scrutinizing his condition. What charge are you trying to arrest a member of my retinue? Dude, fix your box first. This heretic is accused of stealing personal identification codes. Now, code spreading tech heresy on the world of Kiwagama and making an attempt on the life of a servant of Messiah. The deafening roar from the tech priest's vox makes you grimace in your pain. You touch your ear and notice blood from your fingers. The faulty unit will be removed. In the name of the Messiah, I condemn you. The lightning flashes across the warrior's armor. Agony resounds in the blare of his vox alarm. In contrast, Pascal speaks quietly and coldly. You are malfunctioning, tech priest comrade. I deem your logic conclusions questionable. This statement's fault. Tanner Hanneman is undergoing holy torment, which, however, does not affect his cognitive capabilities for data analysis. The unit calling itself Pascal Hanneman, we have information that implicates you. Having learned that you are a member of the retinue of the Rogue Trader von Valansis, we have come here with the goal of engaging in combat. Does the big fella have to roar? Negative. Upon completing his sanctification procedure, Maud modified his engrammatic augments to algorithm in order to speak with flesh speak. Mine is pure and bionic tongue was the preserves only was true and shunned scrap data. Are you saying this bloodthirsty Hulk is a saint? The statement is true. Tyler has the honor of wearing the sacred battle harness that belonged to Magus, Militant, or Spectre Grunchus, one of the first Champions of the Faith, joined the cause conquering the Chronos Expanse. After his death, termination of malfunction at the hand of the Xenos, his damaged Goliath-class armor was preserved at given status of relic. We. Our broadcast continuous signal suffering. I need to take Brother's Tasman's mind. I am not do you have... How do you suppose Pascal was involved? They suggest the unit which matches Megas identification code performed an unauthorized upgrade on a planetary Vox array and uses data the scrap code into its operation. This fact places units criminal complacency with heretic Cubus Delphim. What do you have to say to this, Pascal? I deny these charges. I have never plotted against my tech comrade. My cognitive purity vows were never distorted. My unique identification code was never stolen. I am the true Magos Explorator Hanneman, and I am not guilty. False witness! I am not handing Pascal over to you unless you see I see evidence. Request approved. Work in cooperative mode. Gives you a haughty look and lets out a howl of wrath. Archiving, take brother. 1 second. Okay. I insist on a joint investigation. Arresting a rogue trader's retinue member without any justification stands in breach of the law and my privileges under the want of trade. I have been a cave gamma, and I can assure you Pascal has nothing to do with it. Reviewed and accepted. I request the Tech Brother Taz's consent to co-participation of representatives of the Lancer Dynasty in investigation proceedings. Yeah. A sacred conspiracy. I refuse help from laypersons. I am the cog of the Deus Mechanicus that grinds down corruption. I will carry out the sentence immediately. Rawr. Pascal freezes, but green sparks light up its visor. He extends a hand towards Tarsus and replies in a clanging voice. Let the cycle be discontinued. You realize that Pascal's words are coming from both his own Vox and Tarsus. Then every sensor on the Executioner's battle harness light up at once, blindingly, and the wounded armored Leviathan lets out a deafening roar of pain. Attention, priority notification. Service unit of the Kappa Fred supply lines are unauthorized to confront the rogue trader. Command, retreat and reinitiate negotiations. Run away! We're getting out of here.
Your execution is assured.
We have Technomats. Can you stop running in place now? I mean, he's pretty good. Good solid hit weapon, but ours is better. We're not allowed to relocate.
My vow is to serve.
How lad gets down here, you're doomed. Pascal, engage in one-on-one combat.
Forward. Running binary override. Request approved.
Yep, I just messed them up.
Running by miracle.
You got a lot of health. Also, I got any more like treasures down here. I need the treasures. Nice. I want to know, still want to know how to make a tank in here.
Just designate a target.
It will do. Ouch.
I am not your Xenos pet monster.
Okay.
Hear you moving. No
Boom!
more.
Boom! Boom! Shaka-laka-laka-laka-laka-laka.
If it serves your cause.
Sotos. Mika. No, Vika. I single you out for attack. You're going down, old boy. Alright. Abelard!
Victory is imminent.
When did you still stop running like that? Me.
I will do my duty.
Parry! 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 Everybody parry!
At your beck and call. Target well struck.
Nice, multi-hit.
Indeed.
Depends on stance, so he can't. If he blocks, will now get destroyed.
I said, so done.
You serve me now.
Easy.
I gave the guy a chance to retreat, he did not want it.
I said, so done. Let's set this in motion. I know what to do. They won't expect this.
Nope, they will not indeed. The amount of punch and amount to put on it, definitely not. Ooh, that's gonna hit multiple people.
Contemplate your weakness.
I killed the truck clock though. Whoops. I held it in repaired. Or replaced. On the plus side is now ouch.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Sir, please stop attacking me.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Nice parry. See, her weapon's not fully thing, so she's still stuck in the state she was in when she was fighting Tyranid.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I am his will made manifest.
And the control shot.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands.
Nice. I didn't even have to do a thing for that.
Faith without deeds is why I was
Nice shot.
chosen.
And no barrage. Eventually she will stop glitching out.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
My vow is to function successfully terminated.
Oh, got him. Think of the other guy with him.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
You have that, and get burnt, come up and burnt.
If I may,
At least there's no one going dunk 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 running wise.
Significant value. Request approved.
Break you.
Running binary override.
Yeah, joint analysis. Dead now.
I am not
95%
your Zemo's
chance.
pet monkey. I deal death with my hands.
Oh yeah, very good. What we do. Regrets cessation of hostilities. He calls himself. His dead has been disabled. The material assets is beyond restoration or use as spare parts. After a brief pause, Pascal bows his head and the Bionic Requiem pours out his vox. Despite his misconceptions, he was a servant of the Omnissiah. What did you do to Tazos? Confused reply comes from his vox in a rasp, unable to fulfill request. The Omnissiah granted me a epiphany, and I muted and maimed the machine spirit that was filling Tazos' mind with fury. I do not fully understand the manner of my appeal to it. The situation perfectly mirrors the incident at Reichert Minoris, where I appealed to the machine spirit of a malfunctioning mechanism and laid to rest. I am sorry, dear comrade. I also regret to have a negative assessment of this event. She's still walking. The Adeptus Mechanicus still accuse the unit identifying itself as Pascal of criminal theft of a unique identification code. Unlike Tech Brother Tazos, I am not authorized to immediately the unit, but arrest to execute the unit. But neither am I authorized to drop the inquiry. There is no apostate among us. The piercing voice from the Vox synth is more overwhelming than Tazos' thundering roar. Tech Brother Tazos and the machine spirit that lived in his battle harness succumbed to the suffering that beset them. Their judgment was rash and erroneous. Now their torment is over. I declare these the martyrs, and I am requisitioning Tarsus Harriman's new augment for the purpose of preserving his blessed memory. An astonished tech priest look on. Pascal leans over the slain man's body and extracts the augment from his skull. Precise as they are respectful. I'm listening in silence. With each word, Pascal's voice grows more powerful and majestic. You saw the agony your tech brother Tazos was in. His unbridled pain spurred faith, intimidated you. Yet you were silent. Reverence stopped you from raising your voice to proclaim that the machine spirit with which his mind had merged was morbidly afflicted. The imperative of reverence had paralyzed your will, and you watched a tragedy unfold in silence. The sixth universal law states that the comprehension is the true path to knowledge, yet the procedural cycle has robbed you of your comprehension. Therefore, let the cycle be discontinued. The clang of the optical knees pressed to the floor, the crimson hood of head bowed. Let the cycle be discontinued. The radiant light pouring from Pascal's visor grows dimmer. Static creeps back into his voice. Let the cycle be discontinued, Tech Comrade. There's one small point I'm not clear on. What just happened? Pascal's voice crackled somewhat tentatively. I decided to sustain my words with the excerpt from one of the Blessed Aronat's sermons. On the loss of internal and external function, verse 4, my analysis deemed it appropriate. What is the reason for this act of genuflection? It had been a long time since the word of Messiah of discontinuing was last spoken. Openly over public communication bans, we respectfully welcomed his wisdom's return. So he has not forgotten after all. Messiah of discontinuing, is that how you refer to Amaranth? Following Archimedes Amaranth's partial removal from the chain of command, that was the authorship attribution on the series of sermons discontinuing the cycle that were disseminated across the Cognizant's fleet. It was in fact a title used by many in past times. Is his teaching not heretical? This statement is false, contrary to what many servants of the Messiah thought they knew, preferred to believe. The Fleet Supreme Conclave never issued an official statement on that decision. 37% of the Supreme Conclave's members openly supported Amarath's views, and disappeared were removed from the chain of command, under circumstances that were classified. Conclave has not had a quorum ever since. Do you know where he is now? Data unavailable. No reports have mentioned Archimate Amaranth since the incident on the Ark Mechanicus. Hermetil, which led to the presumed destruction of that void ship. My archive has no data on the Hermetico incident. The vessel was the Blessed Amaranth's base operations. Is it lost then? Were you among his followers? Negative. I had no contact with him. I was never a member of his flock. However, my analysis of doctrine outlined and inspired me deep respect for the trust in him. I presume the conflict's been resolved? Data received provides a basis for calling the fallen Tech Brother hypothesis into question. Out of respect, due to lack of authorization to indict the followers of the Messiah is continuing, we will not proceed with the detainment the rest of termination. The Messiah knows all, comprehends all. Thank you, Tech Brother. Now the conflict has been resolved, you may remain on board my ship. Request denied. The Kappa Fred supply line delegation is leaving for Dagorus, express gratitude, and proclaims that its intent to return to Footfall to resume performing its regular function. Mechanites briefly touches the shoulder of Onkon, who bows respectfully. Also, have you noticed that that person's still walking in place? Yes. I'll get his axe. He hasn't got any super improved armor. Perfectly honest, looking at his axe though, it's not that impressive. Only Pascal can see it because he's the only one who can use it. The Elmsire axe. Really good axe. With a hand of Xenocide. Way better. See Delphin pattern. Syl's axe is good, but not as good as his. So, yeah.
Venture forth.
He has a walk that never ends. He goes on and on, my friends. He has a walk that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. When people start walking, I don't know what it does. And they'll continue walking it forever just because it is the one that never ends. Right, so now that we've dealt with that, we may finally actually get to set foot on my planet. Unless something else is going to jump out and scream at me. I suppose I should really talk to Pascal about this. He's over here, which means he's probably in a talk position. I don't like that armor though.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
Yeah, that's surprised I
I'm
have
not
better
knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amanat's teaching was in explorator circles. The Cognizant's fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron. The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
He gave the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmetics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness.
Hopefully we got to claim that.
In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity. No data available.
Yeah, any idea of this
I
one?
will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers.
Yeah, that will do it.
I am concerned about the fate of Archmagos Amanat. According to Opticon 22, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arc Mechanicus, the Hermetico. Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Yeah, you were 102. 102. Remember meeting on Ricus Minorus and the people who posed as heretics?
This statement is true. There were also the bodies we discovered in the hallowed electrodynamic synovium of unknown infiltrators who had posed as members of the cult of the Final Dawn. There is merit to the hypothesis that all carriers of Magos Haneman's identification code are targets of persecution.
Hedamans. Amrat was a believer, and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer, and he turned into a zealot. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms.
Yep. Like going nuts.
The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable, and only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Pascal's fire seems to almost pierce you with his glow. Did Amaranth believe the elders would be in error? Only a fool would find no flaw in the creed, but true faith lies in not looking for flaws. My faith is more than a mere set of rules. It consists of ideals, which sometimes come into conflict with dogma, and I have been given the gift of will to set the dogma straight. I prefer to believe in myself and my own abilities to decide independently what is right. Faith is just a shackles of obedience. It is good for controlling my subordinates, but not good enough to control me.
Ammonites did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of discontinuing.
If you're just going around and circles, you never learn anything.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition that could be considered universally relevant. All limitations need their exceptions, yet exceptions belie the inviolability of prohibitions.
That's a good statement. Pascal's voice takes on a thoughtful tone, as though all the might peters out.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Have you studied Dementor's neurologic augments yet?
I have destroyed it.
Oh. A slight telltale rattle in Pascal's voice makes it sound unconvincing. You're lying.
This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demens, even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated. I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the blessed Ammonites.
What corrupted him?
Of the warp. Energies of the immaterium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation.
Well, have you found anything?
The success has been partial. Demens Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption.
You'll get there.
My study of the minds of the tech comrades, Abel, Tarsus, and Demens, has revealed an anomalous similarity between the patterns of damage their memories sustained. What I attributed to cognitive idiosyncrasies, synaptic damage, and the distortive action of scrap code may be the result of a different kind of influence. The undecryptable data fragments in their memory arrays are mysteriously symmetrical.
Ooh. But you did want to know what you knew.
The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. But what Demens promised was not knowledge, but a distorted copy of it. This was not what the Deus Mechanicus had told us to seek. The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance.
The Maimed Hunter? Now that's an interesting little thing. Has it ever occurred to you that all these events may be part of Amaranth's plan?
That is a valid hypothesis, but not a very likely one. Its truth value is irrelevant, as it does not contradict the necessity of establishing the fate of Archmagus Amonat.
Yes, but it does seem weird that they have mysteriously symmetrical damage zones, and they're all roughly in the same place.
Response: affirmative. The decryption will continue with diligence and caution. May your labor...
So, that was a nice chunk of text we got out of him. But that does seem weird. The information is all, the parts they want to find out have all been encrypted or thing, and every time it's been damaged, it's almost an identical, similar, symmetrical pattern involved. Also, we're home. La 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 la. I'll go to the administrator because we need to go there for a quest line. I come all the way home and I'm going to go sit in a queue. La, 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 la. Yeah. Nope, she's still
Let's see
walking.
this through.
On to the Palace of Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, please follow me. Welcome to my giant hall of, well, bureaucracy.
Let's seize the moment.
Hello. No, bypassing the queue or under the pretext of just wanted to talk. All I want to do is just talk, just ask. What about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? What? So I paid a few clerks to let us skip the queue, should he? Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. Very well, just don't stand there. You're here now. Oh. Do you think the Master Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? Beckons a silver skull floating by. Oh, it's a woman. Being quiet entry. Current hour, current turn, cycle, current. And for first millennium. You're Belle von Valencia, so there the rogue trader, Theodora von Valencia, so may from a radiance guide her path to the other side. Be precise. Senator on the right hand of the new now departed. Now excellent heir. I get House of Celio, whose name these are unknown to me. They think that Von Valencia's dynasty has owed your house one gold throne for 30 cycles. Here, take this, and at last will make the matter closed. And at last will make the matter closed. Golden throne. As owed you one gold throne for 30 cycles. Okay. Of course. I know who is standing before me. It's my job to know. Does that mean that my researchers precede me as well? Dama? No, I have not received any reports about you. She's ancient enough for herself. She's a bona fide living mummy. You're at the very heart of the palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Bureaucracy! And day, hundreds of thousands of prefects, ordinates, scribes, servants, and servitors carry out their duties to humanity in the vulnerable society here, never setting foot outside the boundaries of it for decades at a time. But knowledge comes through comparison. Their entire world belongs to the Administratum, so this place is but a humble cog. Yeah. Here, her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template 404.01, as well as written permission of the processing and notarization of personal data of your sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hidera the form for collecting the seals required to obtain the Mercatum Tabula Official, the certificate of the official trade representative. Seals? What seals? Well, we will discuss that when Yubel von Valancius has prepared the preliminary documentation. That's a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not your first personal interaction with the Administratum bureaucracy, nor the second. Complete the form. Well, perfect shove and cool scratches pleasantly in the parchment for first few minutes. Phrasing, footnotes with amendments, you are forced to write out the same details over and over about you, Protectorate, Theodore von Valancius, J, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete the form. Supplementary forms. At this point, my character just flopped on the table. Next is the consent for the preceding notarization of personal data of your most sacred personage. Another hour. Protocol executed, application received, process approved. What's that you were saying about seals? And you find the seal on Digonus and the seal on Janus. Here's your document, Mistress Hydia. Unfortunately, it does not yet have a legal force. I can certify that it's a sacred Tabula office once. It has received 2 seals of approval. Easy to obtain. In the Imperium, Court of Administratum and Servitors have been holding on such tasks for over 150 cycles. There's one such servitor here on Dragonus, the Road Trader's Palace. Second is duty bound to keep the seal on the Eclipse Epsilon system. Then according to amendment implemented by the second of Dragonus, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler von Valancius, protective, remaining a symbol of unbreakable link between the sacred wand and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal is held by the Teclis Epsilon system decree. Unfortunately, a fire 200 cycles ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum to an unknown adept, and it shows AA. No instructions repealing the decree wherever it resides from the Holy Terror. Lev also remains where it ought to be. Please don't return prepared document. I go find the seal on Dragonus, Mundus Valancius, and go find the seal over here. Oh yes, indeed, perfect. Identification product, please follow me. Yeah, we actually already got the seals from other places because we went and found the seals on distant planets. They literally have to camp out. Somebody will camp out in here. And the easy way to get through this. And you can use your teammates to do it. You can sort of circumvent the lines. Your QNT number is 384. And it's turned to go to the scene, ranking off the prefectural station again, and sign the officials of the station. Is this some kind of joke? Oh. I must queue, then I queue I shall be.
Marching ahead.
You can at any time just say "yeah" and leave. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then you use the tab feature here. Show me the money. Good grief. You know what? The arch enemy of humanity should just literally put down a faulty form and watch us we absolutely destroy ourselves. The queue hums a thousand voices. Someone has rolled out bedding and is sitting down to sleep. Someone is playing some bizarre musical instrument. Many are praying. Several highborn petitioners are debating who is on the most important business. I must admit, the magnificent administrative machinery of the Imperium isn't without its rough edges. But what a thrilling adventure this is, darling Shireen. I've never seen anything like it before. And sometimes it's good to take a break from constant travelling. And to give all the hot blood newcomers a chance to converse themselves in glory without us in the way. Count the people in the queue. Yawn. I go to my people's sons prefer waiting area befitting a rogue trader. Wait patiently. 8 hours. Proceed to the available window. Oh my god, we're still 100 away. Throne, take me, what torture have we let ourselves in for? Almost wails in despair. So much precious time lost that we've only moved 3 places ahead. At this rate, we'll be old and grey before we get out of this queue, Shireen. You would wound me, Shireen. Always the best idea. What did you say? It's making a good folk ahead of us hurry up a little. Just a smidge. The simplest way is to make lowly subjects bow down before the blending ingredients of your title screen. It requires a little more patience. I have already found our first the compassionate citizen who is standing 50 paces with us in the queue. Simply utter the right words to unlock his heart and he will gladly swap his stickers with you. and also you have the power to solve the problems of some of the patients, removing their need to visit the coveted window. After all, there's anything an ordinary could want that's beyond the power of the Conqueror of Stars to grant. We just solve the problems of the common folk people. A wise vision, Shireen. Coal traders always say you can solve a problem with hard cash, that it's just the cost of doing business. And here's the daft thing, I have the funds to just go beer and knock things away. Conspiratorial wink and backs away slightly. Oh, there's also one could today be Malky Day no longer have to stand in this hall. Turns come for this kind of Lord of House von Valancius is the benefactor of the downtrodden. Solve my problem. What the? Young worker, esteemed lord, I take pity on this poor youth as well. I give you everything I have. Well, the emperor only to help me solve my problems. You don't need anything for a wrench, only a place in the queue. My lord, I have been in this queue for 24 moons already, trying to get permission to slip away to wed my fiancée Zai. Unfortunately, the servants of the Stratum refused to grant it without the signature of a highborn sponsor. That's Zai's mother. Out of my way. Esteemed lord, my 8th offspring has lost his mind. He has decided to renounce his family, his noble title, and his talent as a healer. All for the sake of some tattered waif from the middle levels of the commoner will put an end to his studies at the university. She's a healer too, and she helps people in the hive a great deal more than any lily-white chirurgeon with a diploma. No one live a life of idleness on the spires of dragonus like you. And that's why I know there are 1,000 unfortunate people in low level who need my help. If you want to throw out a real big fig, alright. It'll cost me a bit of my profit factor. But then again, I have a massive profit factor right now. I've been making money hand over fist. So, okay, you got the problem with well, my son, the thing? Fine. I hereby grant you the ownership of the Dragonos University of Medicay. You may admit anyone you like. It's like, yeah, you gotta argue with the guy whose planet you're standing on. This is my planet. If I decided to shoot everybody in the room, no one would care. Actually, no one would care. They'd be getting shot. Jeez, I'll keep that in mind. After following a brief pause, a hunched ragamuffin approaches you. The old man's toothless mouth breathes out a putrefying cloud of air and speaks only 3 words: "Death for life." The old man's shoulder and reads his crumpled form. You are here to request modification so that your organs go to your granddaughter as an inheritance. She will hardly want your worn-out old body parts, old timer. He shakes his head and covers his face with his wrinkled hands. Servitor disposal. Only now do you notice the 2 on his right hand, the symbol of the Adeptus Administratum and several interlocking chains. Overall is property of the prefect of this palace. The granddaughter of this poor wretch was turned into a servitor 16 Dragonis years ago, and after a recent accident was listed for disposal. And now the old man is volunteering to be a spare parts for Solus tin can? Maybe the Exalted won't keep me from such a fate. Now the nicest one and see to your welfare. Now that would be nice, but at the same time will it we were functional to do so? Good question. So that's good question, this one. If I do... This is on the other hand a quest line, but at the same time, I want to make certain we get the full thing with her. And that's the thing. If you choose the wrong ones, you could possibly get bad points with her, and it will go badly. To get the best options, the best thing, you need to make sure you do the right choices at this point. I think that's what, I think the option on this one is like choice between an independent path and something else. Yeah, we'll throw some public thing. It's independent, but it'll be good. Yeah, I lost two profit factor those. You know what? I'll make that back. Easy enough. Easy as pie. So selling their hats. Power factor 3. Perhaps I can rebuild that hat shop of yours. As the cheapest option. Though we're not going to move that far ahead. Well, that was amusing. I paid off the last few onlookers who were willing to give place. It's pity that that's all amenable. Sister Argenta, for instance, she could engage people in prayer and tell. Like Q critics. 25. Hit by despondency. A sermon from one of his daughters could restore him to the determination. You were thinking about it as well? The words of faith can heal any wound, even though that would be naught but doubt. I will help these people. Come closer, brothers and sisters, for I walk in place and tell you about truth and the love of the Emperor. Ignore the fact I am walking in place, though. One day they appeared to appeal to Saint Justina. As they say only fit, there is no star more coveted than that which points to the exalted one. But and later, as the latter holds out several numbered tickets to you. These are given to me as thanks by the poor souls who decide to abandon their vigil in this place of law and return to their worldly matters. Well, what you're thinking, do it. Fair love and bureaucracy. Pulling tricks off. If these ash mags want to be tricked, I won't stop them. As long as we watch the agitated crowd and jamming each other, see she's a paper. My persuasion score is ridiculous. I can literally. May the Emperor illuminate your path, brother, for I am Jay and this is Jubel. We've been. Alright, we're practically family now. Why don't you tell what brought you to this place in order? Yes, like the throne, bless you. My name is Menace de Pere. I have been here a month already. I've tried everything I can to get through to that window. Nothing's working. My poor Irina. She's my daughter, my flesh and blood. They detained her on Veribus 6, charged her. Can you believe it? Charged with false, and now that's how our administration operates. I said too much. I do apologize, but it's my nerves. I just keep here on Veribus, shackled down in the mines. My poor Irina. Let's look at the flower. She's got weak lungs. Do you understand? Always coughing. All that dust and muck, she won't cope with it. She won't. She was acquitted 2 years ago, but to get that paper certified and the seal, so much time has passed. Now here I am, standing, waiting. It doesn't matter. At this rate, excuse me, it'll be 10,000 or more before the numbers come up. False accused of. They poisoned the whole room of highborn folk with cakes. Have you heard of, like, these nobles didn't even make it as far as the privy. Scandal. So what? It was their own fault, that's what. A great fine collection of wine was found. Ha! And the smugglers were found too. What the smugglers do? They framed someone else. My daughter was charged. I'm sorry about your daughter, but if you don't let me pass. But how? What about and the poor orphans? Just all right to me, but please take my ticket. He's a fragile girl, but these just children who don't want to help. A bit of trickery there. I could have convinced him with words, but who cares? Of course, Shireen. Oh, because she's not here yet, it's not here. Oh, I think move much further. Let's go, yay! If I had your roulette here, I could actually have done a trick with your roulette and got even faster. Here I confirm, certified. Return master seals in order to proceed.
Stay sharp.
Still, this is ridiculous. The amount of bureaucracy in that room was absolutely ridiculous. I kid you not. We could have got a faster thing if we was willing to run around and shot everybody. Sales placed by a certification officer. Wonderful, the Emperor bless you with patience is greater than a portion of the ordinary mortals. Allow me to verify the authentic documents at one final time. Yes, confirmed, everything's in order, and this one, yeah, seal smudged slightly. Voice going to scratch on my ears. What? Now what? I'm going to overlook it, given the rest is being certified correctly and properly. Jehada, you are now a holder of the Tablet official. Do not forget to repeat this certification process every 100 turn cycles. Lord Imperium proudly and honorably in the words of Kronos Expense. Loss of certificate is a grievous transgression. Mistress, lose the original document and you'll be unable to regain your status as official trade representative, not even with the road trader's endorsement. Yes, esteemed Dagmar, give me the certificate already. Come on. Oh, praise the exalted one who saw me through all these trials. Shireen, this is something to tell the grandchildren about. How a humble mortal became the trade representative of the Imperium. Let's not bother them any longer, Shireen. That's the next steps on the ship. Hooray! We're fleeing! We're getting out of here! Before someone else makes us have to do some paperwork.
Never linger.
But yeah, if I had taken your Letty down, and I will actually swap out for your Letty. We've got to talk to her on the ship. Also, we put scrap. Yay! We completed the bureaucracy. The bureaucracy! And we still haven't actually sat down on our own planet yet. I mean, it's made the stream a little long just so I can sit down on the planet and end on the planet for once. Okay, so yes, we finally actually made it to the planet. Yes.
Shireen, light of my eyes, giver of boons and savior of the needy. From now on, two sons will grace the firmament of the Font Valancius Protectorate. One bright and powerful, like the rogue trader himself, and the other slightly more humble, like his unassuming partner, the diligent owner of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale, and all around delight, Jai Hidari. As I promised before, my crew will be your eyes and ears across the entire expanse, Shireen. Just give them time. And of course, The assistant to official trade representative Jai Hidari is already rushing to Dargonis to deliver goods of rare and exquisite quality to you and your people, O master of many worlds. And once again, thank you, Shireen, from the bottom of my humble heart. A rogue trader cannot have friends, Shireen. Only servants for whom the word of their master is supreme law, and partners to whom the favor of the warrant bearer is the highest reward for their mutual efforts. Why are you looking at me like that? How many friends does the soul that shines down upon Holy Terra have?
Yeah.
You are welcome to call our relations whatever you like, Shireen. After all, words mean little. But you have taken good care of me, and so I would like to take good care of you, and go slightly beyond the strict terms of our agreement. Here, I brought a small gift as a token of gratitude, and may the Exalted One keep watching over the paths that you tread.
Argenta seems to have got under your skin.
Argenta? What could be more beautiful than the sight of a sister of battle, whose mere presence casts light in the dark corners of lost souls such as mine? But alas, what remains of my sanity is telling me that poor Jai can only admire the radiance of this angel, forsaking any hope of ever touching her wings.
I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Yep. Well, indeed, she is technically our romance character. One of my romances. But finally, after many, many, many months of travel, and countless battles and scars and such, we're going to the palace. Out, Henrik's in, because they had to be in. We also want you let in though. Well, technically speaking, all our characters will be in on this once we go down there. It's just literally a case of they will all appear. Because this is the Von Valancius Dynasty's house, so they will all appear. We've landed! We finally landed! On a planet that's not hostile to us! Where people actually like us! Every noble on the planet is immediately thinking, okay, time to get in good with the new boss. Grand March Procession. Von Valancius! Von Valancius! The Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a long dress uniform with a graceful curtsy. Her short greying hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementine Westerian, Court Chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all Dargonus Please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another will always flare to life. And on those still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard reserves a nod. She knows a return, and lines in his faint brow soften ever so slightly. The young man quickly brings the respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His ribbon black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcoming gesture. Archelius Scalander, Secretary of the Administratum Department, I hope your journey to Dargonus was not darkened by unwanted troubles. And may he remain merciful to us until the end of time. Till the end of time. We survey our grounds, or perhaps we could state your curiosity by answering questions you might have. Urban, last name. Hold on, what did you say your last name was? You heard correctly, your lordship. I am House Wasserian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of the function within the mechanism. Chancellor Wasseran has held her position in Von Valancius' court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodore's respect through acts of great precedent. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. Well, he was surprised, but then immediately put on an air of indifference. Thank you, Lord Captain. Why isn't the governor here to greet me? Your lordship, Governor Drivestein's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dragonus. We sent word as soon as you enter the system, but it takes time to travel the great distances of your domain. It appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what's acceptable when it comes to interacting with a new rogue trader. Meeting, where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. There's also a study in the audience chamber there. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since their last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. So when you may need it, you are dismissed. Spare me a moment. Converse with me. I'm certain you will find my report on the state of affairs among the last districts most useful. And he's the guy who my headmistress wants us to talk to in private. But yes, technically speaking, all your retinue is down here, and they're all mingling. See, they left my side because they are all mingling here. I mean, St. John's is all the way over here. But it matters not. It's the end of the stream, and we're finally home. So we'll end the stream here. At last, on home, sweet home. And when we come back, we'll look at completing this act, completing this mission for the dynasty, and promptly having to set out and do more things. But that's for next time. So until then, I'll catch you all later. See ya!